Hello everybody, this is Ogre Boy, and I'm going to be doing my review for the 2004 movie 51st States. So, in this movie, Henry Roth is a veterinarian and also a player skilled at seducing women. And one day he meets Lucy, a girl with a quirky problem. When it comes to Total Recall, he realizes it's possible to fall in love all over again and again and again, but that's because the delightful Lucy has no short-term memory, so Henry must woo her every day until he finally sweeps her off her feet. This movie is just absolutely great. I absolutely love 51st States. It's been one of my favorite movies ever since I saw it for the first time as a teenager. It instantly became a favorite of mine. Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore are just one of my all-time favorite movie couples. They were so great together, and they were really good together in this movie. I think that looking back on them now, I would say their chemistry was a little bit better in The Wedding Singer, but it is still almost as strong, if not just as strong as it in this one. I think that their characters in the Wedding Singer were just a tiny bit more likable, and everything, especially Adam Sandler's character. I liked his character in Wedding Singer a little bit more than I do 51st States, but I love both of them in this movie. I think they're absolutely great in here, and their chemistry is great. And this has a really good supporting cast too. You got Bob Clark as Lucy's dad, and he's really good. He gives a really good performance as her father. Everything. There's times where he's funny, but he also has a seriousness to him. But he's a likable dad and just a really likable character. And her brother Doug is played by Sean Astin, and he was just coming off the Lord of the Rings trilogy when this movie came out. I remember when it first came out, everyone was making a big deal about him being in it and everything. And he's absolutely hilarious in this movie too. Absolutely love him. He's the one that keeps having the wet dreams. And in fact, one of the lines from this movie where Henry tells him to right before he leaves and stuff, he's like, "Have a good night, keep them dry, Doug," and everything. And now every time I talk to my friend on the phone right before we get off the phone, I always say, "All right, keep them dry," and everything, because of this movie and everything. But I love them. They're great characters. And also Rob Schneider is Ula, Henry's Hawaiian best friend. It's just absolutely great. He's absolutely hilarious in this movie and stuff. And him and his little interactions with his kids is a lot of fun and everything. But Rob Schneider is just absolutely hilarious in here too. And the scene when Lucy is beating Ula up is just absolutely hilarious. It cracks me up every time I watch it and everything. And the scene when he's trying to meet her every day, a little montage scene, everything, a really fun one. There's quite a few montages in this movie, but the one where he's meeting her every day and everything by the side of the road, it's a lot of fun and everything. And the music is great in here too. There are some older versions of songs, or older songs that are done for modern audiences in 2004. And some of the covers are decent, some of them aren't, but I like a lot of the songs in this movie. It has a decent soundtrack that has a good Hawaiian feel to it and everything. It's got a good music and everything. And the story is really well written. I really love the concept of the story of him having to win her over every day and everything. It's a nice concept for a romantic comedy, and it's executed really well. Like it could have been executed a lot worse than it was, but it's executed pretty well. And the jokes in here are pretty funny. Like I said, the scene when Ula gets beat up by Lucy with the baseball bat is absolutely hilarious. But there's a lot of other really funny moments and funny quotes from this movie. One of my favorites is Shocks, that they're just like dogs, but they only bite when you touch your private parts, or something like that. And that part always cracks me up. He's like, when he says that. And there's a lot of other really funny parts in here, but it has a lot of really good jokes in here. And I will say there are some jokes that don't land that are it's mostly in the potty humor part of the movie. There are some potty humor jokes, which you expect that from Adam Sandler movies, but it doesn't make it any less annoying. They're always annoying every time and everything, and this one's no exception. Some of the potty jokes just aren't very funny. But all in all, I love 50 First Dates. It's one of my favorite rom-coms of all time. One of my favorite movies in general, and definitely one of my favorite Adam Sandler's movies. In fact, there was a time in my teenage years I would actually argue that this was my favorite Adam Sandler movie and everything. I've been recently, over the last couple years, slowly going through his stuff again, watching his movies and stuff, and this one's actually now my third favorite movie of his. So I'm curious to see where it'll end up by the time I get done watching all of his stuff, but I don't see it dropping a lot further. But there's at least maybe one or two more movies that I think could top it, to not get it into the lower part of the top 5. But yeah, I love 50 First Dates. I think it's a really, really great movie, and a lot of fun and everything. It's aged pretty well and everything, or at least to me it has. I think it's still pretty funny and everything. But anyway, let me know in the comments what you think of 50 First Dates, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and have a good day, everybody.